Welcome back. Exactly a year back, crude prices were at $75 per barrel, and today as we speak, it's up $60 per barrel. Manisha is now joining in to put the spotlight on crude, and it's been a tough year for it.
Oh, absolutely. For the producers, yes. And we have seen a very sharp decline, as you said, continuing in case of the crude oil prices. It's a second weekly decline that we're looking at for the prices, and it's trading at a 5-year lows. And we have seen 22% of a decline come in for the crude oil prices. So both crude varieties, which are majorly traded in the global markets, when you look at the WTI crude, well, that is headed for a worse performance since the year 2018. And the Brent crude is headed for a worse performance as well since 2020. So sharp declines, as you said, coming in for the markets. And there have been various reasons for that as well. The major one has been that the OPEC Plus has been steadily restoring the shut-in capacity. So whatever excess spare capacity that they had, they have been building it to the markets. This is to ensure market share and continuing to get revenues therein. And not just OPEC, the non-OPEC producers like US, Canada, etc. also have ramped up output. US production actually currently is at an all-time highs, and that's weighing onto the markets there. While you have good supplies, the demand is not so strong. There is weak demand concerns coming in from China, much of West Asia, even for US for that matter. And then it also is about Saudi Arabia lowering its Arab crude prices to a 5-year lows for the Asian consumers, telling you that the demand really seems to be becoming a concern. And it's not just the crude oil prices. When you look at the crude products, they have been declining as well. So the US gasoline prices are now below $3 a gallon, which is the lowest level in last 3 years. It has been about elevated output and flat US retail fuel consumption that has been weighing onto the markets. The US natural gas prices also are trading at a 7-week lows. We have seen record production on that one in the US markets, and the inventories are nearly 1% above the 5-year average at this point in time. Clearly weighing onto the markets there. And then you have the heating oil prices, well, that are trading at a 6-month lows also. When you look at across fossil fuels, coal comes into that category also, and we have seen coal prices continue to trade below that $110 a ton. Well, global coal demand is expected to weaken by the end of this decade, is the report that comes in from IEA suggests. The global coal demand will hit a record of 8.8 million tons in 2025, and that is the time that it will start peaking as well and will continue to decline by the time we are in 2030. Well, there is intensifying competition in any case coming in from the alternate power sources. That's weighing on many of these fossil fuels as well. So take a look at the crude oil prices. This also is going to be a third straight year of decline. We did see 20% of a decline in this year. It was down 3% last year and 10% down in 2023. So when you look at the overall crude prices on how they have behaved, we started this year with $75 a barrel. In the month of April, we saw a high of $82 a barrel as well. And then it saw a decline of 58.9, and we are trading at 59.7 right now. So we are really trading at the lower end of the range and the lowest level in this year as well, sharply down from the kind of highs that 2025 established there. Interesting point is now, where are the crude prices headed from here? Well, there are no bullish cues clearly from 2026 as well. Most of the global banks and brokerages are talking about lower levels from where we stand. It is sub-60 level is what 2026 could see. As per CIBC, they have the most bearish of the cues at $50 a barrel. But 55, 56, 58 is what you have EIA, Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan as well telling you. It is $60 to 62 is what Morgan Stanley and Citi have put out. 64, 65 is what BofA and World Bank seem to be talking about. So sub 70 for sure, within 60s, and some of the banks believe that below 60s where the crude prices could continue for the next year.
Okay, so pretty range bound. Maybe there is some downside risk. Let's hope pump prices in India also come down. Manisha, thank you very much for that. Get in